guess what? You're gonna have to get used to disappointing people. Oh well, I'm doing this for myself. All right, we're gonna just get started because the sun is setting and I went on my walk before recording my video, not realizing the time, but the time is definitely changing. So follow your curiosity, not other people. If you have lived your whole life pleasing other people, this will pose a challenge and threat to who you thought you were. If you've been on the opposite end of that same spectrum, if you've always done what you wanted to do, how you want to do it, without a care in this world and how you are perceived, then you can maybe echo what it is we're going to talk about in today's video. Because your uniqueness, your being one of one, is what we need. We don't need more copy and paste. We need original. We need your creativity. We need your thought process. We need your experience all combined. I want you to learn how to follow your curiosity and not other people. So hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Spivey. I hope you're having a beautiful day. And if you have just subscribed, I truly appreciate y'all. Like, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, make sure you subscribe. Girl, what you doing? It's dark out here. I'm out here for you. Make sure you subscribe. No, make sure you subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. Come on, help us out. People pleasing made you valuable. It did not make you fulfilled. It's why you're online right now. You're looking for that bridge to connect. People pleasing got you this far. It's kept you safe. It made the people around you comfortable with you, but it never truly put fulfillment in your heart. I want to just say this to anybody looking to retire from people pleasing. It is not your fault. Like I said, it kept you safe. It worked. And when something works, it's very hard to leave it because it's been providing so much comfort and value and safety for us. You know, it got you praise. It got you all the accolades that you yearned for. It even got you opportunities that you felt like you may have not deserved or you didn't qualify for, or you weren't ready for, but you got it because you were people pleasing others, doing what you thought you should do to get the things, whether that was physical things like a promotion or emotional like love, whatever the case is. But that same pattern that we're about to retire that made you impressive is now suffocating you and is suffocating your curiosity. I don't know how old you are, mid-30s, early 30s. You're at a pivotal point in your life. You're like, wait a minute. I've operated at this level for a very long time. And this how far it got me? Okay, cool. You know, I have my village. But what about me? If you're still watching, you're thinking, what about me? You're searching for that bridge to connect, to get your answer. What about me? If you're ready to retire people pleasing, that's the first question you ask. But you forgot a little small part. You need to first take some time and reflect on why you stuck with that for so long. And the only reason I want you to reflect on that is so that you can release it, not so that you can take it with you. Acknowledge it so you can release it. That disempowers it, but you need to name it first. So if you're not sure if you're a people pleaser, let me give you some examples. A lot of us have these tendencies, especially women. Okay, we were taught these things. You go into a room, you scan. Okay, you're looking around. You're not just trying to see who's there. You're trying to see whether or not you should speak, if you deserve to even be in the room. You've been choosing what's practical, this makes sense, over what pulls you and calls you. This makes sense. This fits into the checkbox. I'm going to do this versus what your calling is. What's pulling you, what wants you to attend to it. You have these amazing ideas, but only you know about it. Only you and your journal and your diary know about it. No one else knows about it because you've been downplaying your ideas so you don't outgrow your circle, so you can remain palatable to everyone around you, everyone that you're used to, everyone that's used to you being who you've always been. And Or if you're a people pleaser, you wait to be invited instead of initiating because you're waiting in your place. Yep. Guilty of some myself. This is not abnormal. It sounds crazy when we say it out loud, but that's the suffocation itself. That's the suffocation. Now we need to shift into empowerment. We know now we want to grow. But let's look at it. There's a version of you that does not want to wait for anyone's permission. You ready to go, okay? You like, I can sign my own permission slip. That's you. And it's not that you're going to abandon kindness. Like, it's not that you're going to create these new boundaries. Like, I'm not people pleasing anymore, so I'm gonna be a crappy person. That's not it. It's that you're not abandoning kindness. It's just that you're putting up a new set of rules for your life. Rules that you are going to no longer organize your life around other people's approval. Now, it may seem unkind and different and out of the way because you've been something else to the people in your circle. But you know you're doing this from a place of good intent. It's not about being nice to other people. It's about being kind to yourself, okay? And empowering yourself, empowering your words with action. That is exactly how you become what I like to call the leader of your own universe, because you are following your curiosity, not other people. A woman that follows her curiosity and not other people, she sets direction. You are the leader of your universe. You set the direction. She accepts the discomfort of displeasing and disappointing other people. It's part of it. Okay? It's part of it. She builds from vision instead of reaction. Número 3. Tres. Sanu. Sangha. She follows disciplined curiosity even when it's inconvenient. Number 4. Now, curiosity is cool, but we're not going to be chaotic with it. Disciplined curiosity. You're going to follow through. Now, if you're a retiring people pleasing, you've been doing this for 20 plus years. Let's just be honest. It's ingrained in you. Guess what you're going to have to get used to? Disappointing people. Oh, well, I'm doing this for myself. And if they love you, they're going to rock and roll with you. They're going to ride with you. If they were in it for their own benefit and everything was transactional, the most important thing to do is to have conversations and to get, hey, this is not about you. This is for me. I highly suggest you get into when you start roaming and transforming and mastering your mind, everything that was comfortable before is going to crumble. Especially relationships. They are not going to be able to sustain at your new level. So you're going to, especially if they are important to you, you should always communicate, express yourself, have conversations, and also be open to listening to the other person as well. It's a two-sided thing, but you have to be prepared to this. This takes maturity. This also very much so takes you being devoted to the transformation. When you retire from being a people pleasing, you're going to close and shut the door of really being blocked, that was really blocking you from so many things, and you're going to open up a new world. But opening up this new door in this new world, there are much more different types of responsibilities that's going to require you. For example, if someone is disappointed that you chose to go move to another state and they're not understanding, you're so comfortable here, and you're like, I need to leave my hometown. Why am I still here? I'll come back if necessary, but for right now, I need to do this for me, and they aren't understanding. You can have that conversation, but just because you don't end in agreement, you have at least expressed yourself kindly, okay? A lot of times people won't understand immediately, but they'll come through. If they love you and you love, and y'all cool like that, it will eventually come through, and you'll invite them to visit you. And if things don't go the way you want them to, and they aren't ready to level up with you, you also gonna have to come to the fact that some things are going to crumble. But most relationships will recalibrate at some point, because it's just a maturity thing. You're ready, they may not be ready, and that's okay. We all at different stages of our life. We're at different stages of our life, in different areas of our life, at different times of our life. Just because we may have come up together or be from the same family, share literally the same, it could be your roommate, it could be your twin, whatever the case is, we all have our unique path to go on. And I know, it's like, whatever. And I'm not gonna just hop over that. You're going to feel guilty about your newfound freedom. You're going to feel guilty because you were so, oh my God, what's the word? You were trained to people please from other people telling you, from you watching the older people do it, and then you've done it for so long. You're going to feel guilt first before you feel freedom. But that's part of the process. When you're transforming, be prepared for the different emotions that are going to come up that are going to be uncomfortable. That's the point. To change, you're putting pressure on yourself to transform, to transition from where you were to where you want to be. So I just want to just let you know, yes, this is how you're going to feel. Trust me. I know it's going to suck. You're going to feel guilty. As a people pleaser, you're probably going to rethink those conversations after they happen over and over again, especially the ones that didn't go well and what you should have said to make them feel better. Maybe I should. Don't do that. Okay? It happened. And that's good, because now you are stepping into your own, becoming the leader of your universe. That's a part of your awakening. That's a part of you closing the door behind you, or it closing by itself and ending so you can have the new beginnings. And very important, when you're ready to retire when you're ready to hang up your people-pleasing plaque, retirement, guess what? I don't want you to become cold. You need to become clear. You don't need to stop caring. That's very important. Just because you stop people pleasing doesn't mean you are no longer caring. It's more so that you need to start choosing. Follow your curiosity, build your life from it, and let all that discomfort sit where it is, because it only means that you're growing. If it feels good and it feels normal, it's likely that you're just doing the same thing you were doing before in a different font. If you stop people pleasing and nothing really changes, it's probably because you aren't actually making real, follow through change. You're yapping about it. We're going to slowly pack up the good girl script. It has to go. I want you to know that your dream life matters. You matter. I want you to choose you going forward. I want you to answer this question. Are you fully living this message now? Are you a people pleaser, a retired people pleaser, or trying to retire? Where do you stand? Or are you still negotiating with approval in certain areas? I feel like for a long time, I was trying to please my family, and it got to a point where it was like low-key performative. And it's not like they were asking me to do it. It was just like, I just took on this responsibility for many reasons, but I took on the responsibility of giving them something to cheer about when I was probably 14 years old. And when I decided to study abroad, I think I didn't find out 2 years later, but I think that it was kind of like, oh, it's out the blue. And it was like, no, it's not. I was going to do this. And I think that was the first step in the direction of me retiring from being a people pleaser. And I'm not completely retired from it. I am still working on that as well. Me doing that study abroad program and coming back safely. Because when you go abroad, everybody like, oh, be safe, be safe. This was 2008 Barcelona. This is 2008 Barcelona. But nonetheless, I had an amazing time, and my family, I created like this slideshow of pictures, elder, and they all came over, and it was, we were deep, always got support behind me. I feel very grateful. But nonetheless, it was like, yeah, this was my life over there. And it was just like the summer. It wasn't like a whole year. But nonetheless, it was like the first stake in the ground of like, I'm about to do this for me. And I don't know if it was because, well, once you get your own money, you're free to be. And then, of course, when you're 18, you can sign everything for yourself. I don't know if that was what it was, but freeing myself, and I still have some parts of me that are a little more contained because I don't want to ruffle any feathers. But for the most part, I'm gonna do me. Y'all not about to stop. Look, and most of the times when you are a people pleaser, the people you're doing it for aren't even thinking like you're thinking. You've likely put up the barriers and made all these inferences, and none of these are true. They like, yeah, I want you to do that. And you like, wait, I thought, remove it. That's why having those conversations are important. That's why literally having those conversations are important. The conversation can be met with kindness, but you can still state your boundaries. But you have to have a conversation, because a lot of times we make this stuff up in our head, or we're doing it because we saw that was what made successful relationships, was people pleasing. No, baby, there's other ways. You don't have to be passive, and you don't have to be aggressive. You can assert yourself in a loving way. But I have boundaries, and I have things that you're not going to say to me, because I want to follow my curiosity and not other people. Speak up for yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. Speak up for yourself. You deserve to be heard, so speak up for yourself. What you have to say matters. This is not just in relationships. This is really going to train you in your identity upgrading. This is going to train you into your fulfilled life. Retiring people pleasers, you need training, and you have to start by making the decision to follow your curiosity and not other people. It's essential, all right? It's essential. I want you to live your best life, and you can do that. I want you to live rich on purpose. I'm talking about mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. And if this resonates with you, please do subscribe. My name is The Spy BJ. Thank you so much for being here with me today. To everyone that has subscribed so far, I truly appreciate you. Let's build this community up of other like-minded, high-impact women ready to build their dream life brick by brick with good intent. I will see y'all tomorrow. My name is The Spy BJ. I hope you have a beautiful day. Peace.
You're beautiful. I hope you know that. I hope you know that.
Uh-oh. Is that Ash? And